Ladies and gentlemen, Ebro in the morning. Laura Styles, Rosenberg.
And Laura
Throwback Thursday. That's Big's favorite thing. Laura Styles.
It's so funny.
I want to run through some records. So, having you up today, obviously, we're commemorating the 20th anniversary of Reasonable Doubt.
Yep.
There's a pop-up shop in which Rosenberg, Scotty Beam, Cast One got denied at the door last night.
That's how hot it was.
Man.
It's lit.
Got sent away. Scotty Beam threw out some F-bombs, told security not to touch her, and Rosenberg did a stand-up routine right there on the step.
We're going to have to get rid of that security.
It was that's right. Thank you.
So why 20th anniversary pop-up? Because I know I want you to be able to talk about the things that you've woven into this experience.
Well, we wanted to give New York a different experience. A lot of people are doing pop-ups, but it's just more about a shopping experience. But we wanted to have something that was a piece of history that they could touch and feel while they kind of going around the store.
But you're also working on several other endeavors that are lining up with this moment as well, right?
Yeah. So I'm back in the apparel business. So I have a denim line, 4th of November, and we did some collabs with Reasonable Doubt, AKA now Rock 96. So I told a lot of people that in our history, it's been rock this, rock that. So now we've just taken over 1996. So now it's Rock 96. So when you think of 96, it's Rock 96 now.
What just so we all understand, who owns Reasonable Doubt and the Rockefeller logo? Like what business wise, who owns what between you, Dame, and Hov?
We own it together.
All three.
Yeah, all three of us.
So is that the only thing that we'll see you guys work on together? Is this moment, or are there other things that
there'll probably be more things. This was just my personal project, and I told I actually called Jay, and I said I got all these things going on. This is what I'm doing, and I talked about like 15 different things, and he was like, "Oh man, that's crazy. So what can I do?" I was like, "Nothing. That's what I'm doing." So he was like, let's do some things together. And we was actually supposed to do the Brooklyn Museum as an event. That didn't happen. And when LA came, and I had a situation out there and did that pop-up shop, he ended up coming out there and celebrated that.
And that
together.
was Grammy weekend, I think. No.
Yeah, BET Awards.
BET Awards weekend, yeah. So you guys still, but what about music business? There will never be a music endeavor that you three collaborate on?
I'm not really interested in music business anymore like that, not as a business,
Why is that? Just for the audience to understand, because you hear a lot of young kids feel like they still want to get into that.
Yeah, well, they can get into it. I'm just saying me, because now the money's probably more made in management. A lot of artists don't really sell, right? So they make most of their money on the road. So if you're not managing the artists, it's it's less likely that you'll be successful. So you have to put out so much money to business-wise to launch an artist's career and the making of the album and do all these things. It's high risk right now,
and low reward.
Yeah, and with management you can get fired. So you
don't like either one of those.
No.
Take us on. I want to play some music and incorporate the music from the Reasonable Doubt into this. What should be the first record? Maybe your favorite record.
Bring it on.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys already had this talk?
Yes.
You guys went deep reasonable nerd talk?
Yes.
What was your first nerd Reasonable Doubt question?
No, I wasn't a question. I just said,
telling me.
Yeah, you know me. I was just talking about myself. I said that Bring It On was the first song I loved, though, and he was like, he loves that record, too. Thought it was Jay's best verse on the album.
Yeah.
Let's go. It's Throwback Thursday. Biggs is here. Reasonable Doubt 20th anniversary. The pop-up. It's open to the public now?
Yeah, it's open to the public, 347 West Broadway.
And you could buy, there's things that you could buy there, gear.
Yeah, there's a lot of things you could buy. Cassette tapes, hats. We have collabs with some high-end brands. We have a high-end Japanese designer with, some $800 jackets handmade that he did. 4th of November is in there. We got headphones, turntables.
Whoa.
Hats.
Yeah, you didn't get to see those.
Yeah.
I didn't get to see anything, Laura. I was
I
outside.
forgot. I'm sorry, you were outside. I will point out that was really dope to see you guys kind of recreate D&D in the back of the studios and had some of the original equipment.
All the original equipment.
Who owns that?
Douglas Grandma owns it. So we, actually Nell Pla, it was her idea, so I can't really take the credit for it. She came up with, let's do D&D Studios, contacted Doug, and we was able to rent all the equipment and put it in there. And actually the original graffiti artist who did all the graffiti in D&D came and did the graffiti in there as well.
Reasonable Doubt 20th anniversary. The pop up down there West Broadway is 345.
347 West Broadway.
Going over there support. When you guys first set out to do this project, your role in the collective of you, Dame, and Jay was.
Well, we did everything collectively, so we made all decisions together. But you know, Dame was the mouthpiece, Jay was the artist, and I just handled whatever needed to be handled. You know, behind the, in the background.
And then, you know, you obviously helped, you know, continue to play your part in being not quite the face, but somebody that everyone who was in the business knew you were kind of the glue of the whole.
Yeah, you know, I was more of a, you know, handle things on a relationship level. So I had a lot of people who felt Dame they couldn't get too close to because, you know, he could snap at any time. And then Jay was a little bit standoffish, so a lot of people felt comfortable talking to me.
You were the socially normal one.
Yeah, if you say.
That is an important job in any organization.
Yeah. So when did you see it, things and you guys growing apart? Like at what moment did you see that? Like, do you remember when you clearly was like, okay, this is coming to a close pretty soon?
Yeah, it was probably right before we did the second sale. So probably around 2004. You know, we were all heading in different directions. You know what? Actually, I want to say probably 2001. So right around when I started Kanye's album, and Dame spent more time at Roc-a, and Jay was doing more S. Carter, I actually took over the whole music business for us. So I handled Kanye's project, and then I did Young Gun's album and State Property too. So those are, you know, the projects that I had personally did on Rockefeller.
In retrospect, do you look back and wish maybe I should have started diversifying at that time, or that was the right thing for you?
I think we all was diversifying. That's why we was, you know, even though I was more handling the music business, I had a lot of other things going on, so did Dame and Jay. But me and Dame always did more together. My history with Dame is I grew up with him since I was 14. So I had a closer relationship with him, and we, you know, being from Harlem, more or less thought alike, and spent a lot. We had all the same best friends and everything, so we spent more time together.
Do you how did you guys meet Hov? Like, when was it like, all right, Dame, let's go into business with this guy Jay-Z?
Well, Jay and Dame met first. So we had a crew called the Best Out, and we threw parties all over New York. Dame kind of left that and got in the music business, was managing Original Flavor, and got signed to Atlantic where Clark was, and Clark actually introduced Dame and Jay together.
Got it.
And then I met Jay probably a year or two later. I wasn't actually feeling his music. I remember Dame would bring it around.
Did you feel his style on the Original Flavor Can I Get Open record? Like, did you
I
like
thought it was okay.
Call, can I? It's never a question of how, but
Yeah,
when
that
it
was
wasn't. It was like, for people who don't know, Jay's style was completely different. He was like a speed rapper. I mean, it was a
Right.
totally different thing altogether.
So
And-
when did he make the transition to start changing it up and slowing it down and to what we
Probably
hear
around
today?
Reasonable Doubt. And the first song would probably be In My Lifetime, and then the remix. Well, you know what? Actually, Coming to Age may be the oldest song on Reasonable Doubt. That probably was done 2 or 3 years before Reasonable Doubt, because he recorded a lot of stuff with Clark Kent.
Biggs, both Rosenberg and I had a similar question. Go ahead, Rosenberg.
Well, no, I was just thinking about the things that started happening with The Roc that like never happened. Like, for example, MOP.
Yeah, it's fun. They was there last night. Well, Fame was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he came.
They got in, Rosenberg did.
Well, it did happen.
You're not stopping MOP from getting anywhere, but
we signed them.
you
It
did
did
si-
happen, but you know, with Lays, they didn't really want to put out records at the time, and they weren't comfortable with certain songs. But some of the things, probably signings that could have happened, that never happened. We had Mace early, didn't sign him. Fab, Clue brought him to us probably in '96, '97. We didn't sign that. Scarface, we were close to signing. That didn't happen, and the Twista signing didn't officially happen neither.
wow, those were all people that were right on the doorstep and it just didn't get done.
Right there, yeah.
And then, of course,
John Legend.
Oh, John Legend.
Oh, John Legend too.
Yeah, you remember he was.
Oh, because he was signed to Kanye.
Yeah.
So Kanye
well, he
was probably
wasn't
telling
really
you guys.
signed
Yeah, or
at the
Kanye was
time.
repping it.
Yeah,
or-
well, we had Kanye going out until John Legend would open for him.
right.
Yeah,
And ends up signing at Columbia instead.
yeah.
How there was a time when Lil Wayne was talking about and Hov was talking about signing Lil Wayne. Were you
No, that was probably post Rockefeller.
You weren't around at that time.
Yeah.
Post Rockefeller. Well, and it was always weird to me that, you know, everything that you guys went through to come up and where you're from, right?
Yeah.
What happened in 2012 where after all the successes that you guys had, you end up going away for how many years?
Close to 4 years. Yeah.
What I mean, I read what obviously it's all public information,
Yeah,
but I
definitely.
want to hear from you. Like, what ended up happening?
Well, you know, me thinking I'm pushing the envelope and seeing seeing things ahead. I was going to California to buy dispensaries. So I seen marijuana becoming legal, and I figured, you know, I'd take advantage of that opportunity. So I was going out there, but also, you know, looking at the business, I wanted to know everything about it. So I was meeting with farmers, seeing how I can buy the marijuana, buy the dispensaries, and then have the direct connection. And going back and forth, some of my friends here in New York was asking me to hook them up with some of the farmers. It's like, oh, you going out there? Yo, yeah, if you see them, tell them, hook me
Damn.
up. And I was like, oh, yeah, no problem. Like, I'm not thinking it's a big deal because of the place that I'm at. That's exactly what it was. So I was like, yeah. So I'm putting them on the phone like, yo, this my guy. Yo, this, boom. And they would talk. And even though nothing happened, the guy that my friend was being watched. So I was caught up on those phone calls, and it was a conspiracy. So even though nothing happened, it was a conspiracy. And then I had an opportunity, obviously, to get out of it by talking, and I chose not to. So I would have probably got no time at all, but, you know, I chose, not to say anything and got 5 years.
How much of your past do you think was a part of them kind of wanting to get there?
Well, I believe that was a big part of it for me because I was the one that brought notoriety to the case. So they was able to get the front page and do all those things, and then they attached Jay's name to everything. He had, obviously nothing to do with it. Didn't know what was going on at that time, but and turns out it was the best thing to happen to me.
And why do you say that?
That journey, learning, reflecting, shaking a tree. A lot of people is out of my life right now because of that. You see who's really there for you, who's not. Where I'm at right now with my wife, we actually signing papers on November 4th, coincidentally, our marriage license papers.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. Yeah, and she's the mother of my 20-year-old son. So, it's a lot of history there.
Love, if it's meant to be, right?
Talking about 20 years, right?
Yeah.
But not only that, my faith, so I was an atheist going into prison, and then I found God.
Amazing. Good for you, bro.
Yeah.
Good for you. So, and you also found a weight room.
Yeah. That's probably the most fit place in the world is prison.
Yeah, for sure. So you super disciplined now in the gym.
Yeah, very.
Spiritually disciplined.
Yeah. I'm actually feel a little bad. I had avocado toast downstairs a little while ago, and I'm feeling fat right now.
Just for a little avocado toast? It's a lot of carbs and
Yes,
fat, the
exactly.
combination,
Yeah,
but
and
delicious.
I know I ain't
So
gonna be able
LA
to
of
work
you,
out
by the way.
Jeez.
That's how you know Big's down Hollywood. Any man who's ordered avocado toast is officially Hollywood. I was playing a song called "You're Only a Customer," which I got on bootleg in like '95.
Yeah, I thought you had "Can I Reach the Top."
What's "Can I Reach the Top"?
Clark Kent, Clark Kent produced that. That was some of his early. Actually,
You don't mean can't
I made
go
a
for
mistake
that.
because earlier I said it was some songs, but Clark had some like 95 South. He had another one with Tupac on the hook, and he had "Reach the Top," which was all crazy.
Reach the top.
Yeah.
You don't mean okay. All I knew was I can't get with that.
No.
That's
You
the
gotta
beat.
hear.
Not that.
They're actually available. I heard me and Jay was talking about it maybe a month ago when I had we were speaking. I was like, yo, I just finished listening to Reach the Top. He's like, yo, that's crazy because I think somebody just gave him maybe 8 songs pre Reasonable Doubt, and that was one of them. And he was like, man, they all over the internet now.
Right.
Yeah.
Rosenberg, you've had these for how long?
Not that. I didn't have that. That I don't know about. I've been a J.
I don't know if he's real hip hop now.
Yeah,
Like,
I know.
I'm really questioning.
What about this?
I'm questioning your
When was
your
the-
ear
I
on
mean,
the
that's
hip-hop level.
Rosenberg's claim to fame.
I
is
mean,
just having
I'm questioning that right now.
you gotta narrow. Nobody can hear what you're doing.
Okay. Oh, yeah, but that's
I'm just saying how often you talk about it. It took you 30 seconds to
no,
realize
I
what
know,
it was.
yeah, but
No Love
Still,
Lost.
still.
Shaq featuring.
Yeah, but that's when Shaq,
Shaq was popping.
Yeah.
Shaq was popping.
Reach the top.
Laura, you had some questions
know
about
the top.
You had some, look, he's frustrated. Look, he's mad.
I don't
No,
like
because we were
this.
talking behind the scenes because I was wondering like some of the music videos that were shot or projects that were shot that never came out. So he was talking about some of the music videos that
I
were.
was talking about Can't Knock the Hustle remixes. I mean, it was crazy because we shot
there it
it
is.
in his place. I think it was in Long Island, and it was like a $50 million house. But the video was terrible. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Shaka might have that right now. She might be holding on to that. It was one of the worst things we made behind Sunshine.
And Sunshine, you say is I mean, and most people agree, is the worst music video Jay-Z ever put out.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know. I gotta watch this video again.
What, Sunshine?
Yeah, I gotta
the
rewatch
green
it
suit?
again.
Yeah.
And the like Ferris, was it Ferris wheel?
Yeah, fair roller coaster. It was a whole amusement
Now,
park.
now,
there.
now,
You
honest.
said okay.
Honest.
Dane
all of that
thought
happened.
Hype did that on purpose.
Yeah.
Right, but all of that happened, do you think was kind of what was a Puffy influence of the suits and all that?
No. That's exactly what it was. We was, we tried to chase that for a little bit. We was like, oh man, we could get a little bit of that, and we was like,
Nah.
yeah. And then that's what Streets is Watching came,
Right.
just because of that move right there.
So Streets is Watching was like, all right, we got to get back to our basics because we
Exactly.
done went too
Yeah.
far down a path
Yeah.
of trying to be like what's popular, chasing trends.
And let me clear this up because I said on another interview that Dame came up with. It was actually Shaka. She had the idea first.
Streets is Watching?
Yeah, to do Streets is Watching.
Which if you've never seen it somehow, which I'm sure it's actually, there are a lot of people have missed it. It's a music video based movie. It takes the album and makes it a movie connected. It's like a musical.
Yeah.
Really, it's awesome. I saw it way later. I didn't see it when it first came out. I didn't realize how good it was.
We were saying we were the first. Somebody hit me up the other day. Said, "Come on, man. What about Thriller?"
Right, but I mean, this
But
was
not on the hip hop level.
yeah. Well,
obviously.
and also,
Thriller's one
Streets is
song.
Watching was what 45 minutes.
Yeah, it's like a lot of songs.
Yeah.
It's a whole
And
bunch
it's
of songs.
it's what 7-8 songs woven into the plot.
Yeah,
I think it was something like that.
Yeah.
So that's not Thriller. I mean, Thriller was they had a long form,
Yeah.
but it wasn't that. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Sunshine
amazing.
is horrible on a different level like I've never seen. And I did just find Reach the Top on YouTube, which I'm very excited to listen to. It is out there.
Yeah.
Scotty, you chimed in from the back because this is an amazing moment for the young Scotty Beam, who at the age of 25 right now has a lot of big
Okay.
questions. Hopefully, we're fulfilling some of your questions. Are we
I'm
doing all
definitely.
right?
I've done some research on
Okay.
you throughout my life, but
I heard
yeah,
more
no.
than Paul Rosenberg. He couldn't find Reach the Top.
He called you Paul.
He called you Paul Rosenberg.
Well, he's made money with Paul Rosenberg before, so I understand. I'm Peter Rosenberg,
Peter,
the poor
you're
radio
right.
person.
No,
Paul Rosenberg, the rich
Peter
record
Paul.
executive.
Well, he's not anywhere near financially where Paul is.
yeah,
Facts.
Peter Paul.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't want to get off of Reasonable Doubt, but I'm a big Kanye West fan, and I know that Leor wanted to drop Kanye West.
Yeah,
He wanted
exactly.
to let him go. You executive produced College Dropout. What did you see in Kanye West that Leor didn't see?
It was funny because when we put Through the Wire out, I had to hire Don't Think Twice. That was independent guys at radio to chase the record. And it actually started in Virginia and D.C. And I remember getting 60 spins between those two stations. And I knew that we was on to something.
Right.
And we went back to Leon.
And this even before Chicago embraced it? and
Yeah,
all
this
that?
was before Chicago.
Okay.
And they was like, yo, Biggs, we got one. So I'm telling Dame, I'm like, yo, we about to break this record. I'm telling you, like, it's, it's doing great. Everybody said, the call-ins and everything, the statistics was going crazy. And we went back to Leor, and he was like, oh, yeah, look, man, I don't care about that. Y'all could take him if y'all want and go to another, and I forgot the company. We went to another place to go do another label deal. And we was like, these guys is idiots too. We might as well just leave it there, which is probably one of the biggest mistakes we made because we would have owned half of Kanye's everything he's been doing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's-
So
how and I mean
because
I'm
we
sure
had sold the company at that time.
how much is your brother hip hop? How much is he always on your shoulder, in your ear? Like, what's that relationship like between y'all? Because you being in the office, he's more the creative, right? He's more of the passionate
He's definitely
music guy.
creative, but hip hop, I call him the ghost because a lot of people can't even find him right now. But hip hop is actually probably responsible for 90% of the stuff that happened at Rockefeller. He A&R'd all Jay's albums, put together sequence, ideas for songs, producers. He actually found Just Blaze. He found Kanye. He did Bean's first 2 albums, and he did, I want to say, 10 albums for Jay. So all that 99 Problems and things like that, a lot of that all came from hip hop.
And he's, I'm sure, screaming at you like, "Yo, we got to do this, we got to do that," or what's the relationship?
He would bring it, but hip hop is funny because he would sit on a lot of records. So because I lived in the studio, more than Jay and Dame, I knew what we had, and for example, Rock the Mic. I mean, we had that for like 12 months, and I'm like, "Yo, Dame, we gotta put." Dan came like, "We sitting on all these hits, we gotta put them out. Like, put the records out." That's why he come and put them out.
Yeah.
That's how a lot of stuff came out. But hip hop, I mean, he'll just be in there working. But on the business side, we knew that. I mean, we were trying to turn over dollars because we knew we had a sale coming up. So it was more advantageous to us to start putting out albums
to bring value to the company
every month or 2 months because we had a buy-sale formula. So obviously, the more money we make, the more money we get on the back end.
Right. Before we let you out of here, once again, everybody, Reasonable Doubt 20th anniversary. You can go by the pop-up shop down there on West Broadway, right between, what is that, Broome and Grand?
Yeah.
It's between Broome and Grand. When you look at, where some of the artists are at that you've worked with, like we see Beanie Siegel caught up in a rap beef today.
Yeah.
First of all, how does his health and everything, you as somebody that's had a deep relationship with him, how does it make you feel? Do you reach out to him? Do you guys communicate?
I actually, somebody had told me about it, and I just reached out to him, and I was like, "Yo, what's up? I'm just sending some love. I don't care about what's going on. Just letting you know I'm here for you. Just want to send you some love." And then, he hit me back because, they all call me Hov, and it's like, "Yo, Hov, you one of the realest dudes ever." He's like, "You made my week." I know sometimes that's all people really want to hear. It's not, I don't want to get caught up in what happened and what's, this and that, and just want to let them know, look, I'm here for you. I just hope you and your family and everybody's good.
And then a Rockefeller reunion tour.
Mm-hmm. I know a lot of people have been asking about that, but
is it? Do you even see it?
No. It's a lot of moving parts with that. So we got Cam, the Dipset, Beans, State Property.
A lot of relationships there too. A lot.
Yeah, exactly.
If it wasn't so messy,
Kanye.
do you think somebody at the level of Hov wants to go and relive that live? Because they've done it in a small way. They did it on Tidal. They did.
Yeah, something like that. But it's hard, especially with Jay and Kanye, because they got such a great body of work. To kind of break that up, to just to do something for Rockefeller. I think Rockefeller is etched in history right now. Rockefeller did what Rockefeller had to do.
That.
Yeah, and you don't want to try to come and bring that up and, do something that might mess up history. Let's just glorify for what it was.
Ooh, I just remembered something. Sorry. I started thinking, you said Rockefeller. I started thinking, Rockefeller. And then I thought, Old Dirty.
Old Dirty, yeah, man.
What happened with Old Dirty?
He passed away.
In the middle, so you hadn't started anything. All he done was...
We had an album done. And then he passed away, and we were going through some legal battles to put that out. Yeah, actually, it was a great project too. Everybody wanted to work with Dirty at that time. We actually had a documentary done on him too, from when he came out till before his passing. Mariah and a lot of people came to support.
What happened to that
Mark
documentary?
Ronson produced a couple songs on that album.
What happened to the documentary?
Just sitting in the cut.
Wow.
Who has this stuff?
It's funny because I had a computer before I went to prison with everything on it, the unreleased Rockefeller documentary and stuff. And my nephew, hope you're listening right now, Lil Bob, broke my computer and I lost a lot.
Lil Bob.
I got something for you, Lil Bob.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Yo, wow. Well, if you find any of that stuff in any way we could be instrumental, for us here at Hot 97, this album represents a lot of our history as well, because we at that time was the only hip hop radio station in the city.
Yeah.
And I'm sure y'all running up here to meet Angie and give her champagne baskets and
Battle the Beats. We got everybody calling in with different voices trying to.
The Tunnel was popping at that time. Taking over the club scene for y'all back then, it was literally y'all used to go in, buy up the whole bar, buy all the champagne. And
Mad Wednesdays too.
Yeah,
Wednesdays.
That was probably one of the most important things for us in New York.
Really?
Yeah. Maria Davis, she actually that really broke Jay on another level.
Wow.
And that was where we were. We had garbage pails full of champagne. every Wednesday.
And so, to young artists and people out there trying to break right now, I know you're not interested in the music business at all, but the amount of money that you guys invested in yourselves, right, to create a movement in your home city.
Yeah.
What level of awareness did you have to do? Like, how did you know that was the move? And B, over what period of time? Because I remember back then, you know, before you guys were signed and before the Reasonable Doubt album, it felt like it was at least, if I got it right, maybe 2 or 3 releases before the album, actually, before you guys found your
You talking about
path.
singles?
Singles, yes.
Yeah, probably.
Well,
yeah.
there was the
Over what period of time? I felt like it was a year at least, maybe
about
18
a year.
months.
Yeah, about a year. But I'm saying 6-7 years before that, Jay's been on the road. You know,
Right.
even after Jazz, even after between Original Flavor, just on the road. Shout out to Christy Clifford. You know, she kept him on the road, and that's when I got a peek into the business because I was on the road with them, and he'll be performing sometime in front of 10 or 15 people, but everybody had their hands up, you know,
Yeah.
in a lunchroom, and you know, opening up for man, what's these 2 dudes' name? I can't remember.
which
right now.
I'm trying to think because I know he opened for a lot of random artists that you would never guess he
Yeah.
was
Who,
opening
like
for.
Ill and Al Scratch.
Yeah, exactly.
It could
He
have
was
been a
opening
lot.
for Ill and Al
Yeah,
Scratch.
that's
That's about
exactly
that
what it was.
time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Come around my
Yeah.
way.
I mean, let's not.
I'm not dissing.
I'm
Those
about to
records
say
was
you
fire.
ain't gonna sit here and pretend.
What
like
Cats won?
Yo, the rumored historic Jay-Z and DMX battle.
Yeah,
That really went down.
That's actually when I came a Jay-Z fan right there. Yeah, that happened. It was Dame and a guy from Harlem, Steve Mack, who was arguing.
Yeah.
And Steve Mack had the Harlem Knights, and he had ties with Win, and with D, from Rough Riders. So D brought DMX, and Dame brought Original Flavor, and Jay, and they battled in the Bronx on top of a pool table, and it was crazy. I mean, it was. Whoever you like, you can say it went either way. It was real close. But for me, that's when me and my brother Bob at the time, God bless, we looked at each other when Jay was talking about, money dancing on the ceiling and money machines going to rat-tat-tat-tat do, stuff like that's what we liked. So when we seen that, we was like, oh man, we like this dude is crazy, But I heard music prior to that, but that battle changed everything.
Come on, Scotty, jump to the mic.
And Big L has that, had all
Big
that
L was
audio.
Big L was the one taping, and
Everything.
I think it was some of the guys from Rough Rider Camp didn't want him to tape a lot of it, so he got mostly our stuff, but he had some of the whole battle.
Have you ever
So
made
all the footage you see out is what Big L. Yeah.
Have you ever made fun of Hov for how bad he got bodied by Big L on that famous Stretch and Bob freestyle? Because I'm sorry, if you go back and listen to Big L and Hov,
Actually, nah,
you don't think L got him?
not at all.
You think Hov got him?
Yeah.
Stop it. You're too close to it.
Nah, I'm telling you.
Well,
Big L. I knew Big. Me and Big L went to school together.
I'm about to say that's a good point. Of course,
I know
you
them
know
from
well too.
junior high, 7th grade. Me, Ron G, Big L, like all of us. We're from one block apart.
Are you part of the
I-
reason Big L and Hov had the relationship? Are you the reason for it?
No,
That's through
no.
Dame or it's
Actually,
random?
when they battled, when Jay came uptown and battled Big L on the block, I wasn't there that day.
Oh, they had battled on the block as well.
Yeah, so actually they brought Jay to battle Big L, and when Big L came downstairs, he's like, oh, I know this dude. I'm not battling him, but I'll rhyme. So they both was, spitting out there, and they left with another respect for Jay. One, because he came to Harlem and did it on his block, and because of what he was saying.
139th and Lenox.
Yep.
That's where I had my first battle, bro.
Really?
Yes.
Your first
Yeah,
one.
okay.
Went down.
Biggs, Clark Kent was here and he told us about the time when Jay and Big met for the first time. Were you part of that? Were you in the studio with them? Were you there?
When Jay and Biggie met, no, I can't. They knew each other, I think, from high school.
Right.
Yeah, but when we all had started another relationship with Biggie is at the Dead President's video. So he came to the video, obviously, to be a part of it, but that same sampler tape that you were just talking about, Rosenberg, when we was playing it in a room, and Biggie was sitting there, and he was rapping every lyric, every verse, he knew every word to the sampler. And, we're still fans at the time, right? But we're trying to be cool, so everybody's like, and at that time, it's funny, we was trying to stop drinking Cristal. So it was Le Grand Dame and another champagne we was trying. This is in '95. We was trying to stop drink. We was like, we got to find a new champagne. So we're cool. We there having a champagne. We seeing Biggie, and we like, yo, this dude know everything. Like, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it was after that video, I actually spoke to Big. I said, yo, you know, we want to do something else with you. Call the office tomorrow at 4 o'clock. I'm talking about we was in the office, me, Damon J, just at like 3:59, 4 o'clock on the dot, phone rang. It was Big, and then he was at Daddy's house, and me and Dame went over there, and that's when we negotiated for Brooklyn Finest.
That worked out well.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
Good decision.
Thank you.
Worked out
Listen,
nicely.
Reasonable Doubt pop-up. You can get this cassette for y'all. Ba-bam-bam. You want some collector? You can't get this beanie, though.
Yeah, no, that's gonna come out. We actually got something special going on. We doing a whole capsule collection around the album. So each song is gonna have their own clothes designed around that song, and it's gonna be in 14 different specialty stores around the country.
Wow.
So if you want friend or foe, you got to go to one store. If you want Brooklyn Finest, you got to go to Vinny's in Brooklyn, and then we got stores downtown. I think they got Feeling It. So Politics and has Politics and Chicago and this stuff. You got to go.
That's tight.
Yeah, and so we got a whole, and it's 14 different items. That's super crazy. Like, we spent a lot of time putting this together.
Can they find out more about this at rock96.com?
Yeah, you can find out about it, Rock 96. Actually, It's funny. The site launched yesterday and crashed.
From people
So
all
much
over.
traffic.
Yeah, it just, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, just got
Yo,
the numbers
Biggs,
in a little
man.
while ago. So, you know, congratulations on Nell and everybody. We did over 100,000 yesterday in 4 hours.
Yo, big up to it now.
Nice.
Yeah, that's tight.
Next time, don't leave us standing outside. No, I was playing.
It wasn't you,
Definitely
Ebro's,
her
man.
fault.
It is her fault, right?
Yeah. You seen her out there with the pink jacket.
It was Ebro's fault. By the way, I blame Ebro 100%. He invited way too many people.
What?
You
It was
said
just
invite your
us.
people. You didn't mean
Stop.
invite the entire Wu-Tang clan. He invited 8 people. And Capadonna. You didn't need to invite Capadonna, too. You invited everybody.
You wildin'. Biggs, thank you, sir.
Thank
and
y'all.
congratulations on everything, man.
Good looking.
Yeah,
fam.
man.